What's going on, man? It's your boy Epo. I'm back with another do-it-yourself mixing and mastering video. This time I got a little bit higher quality equipment. I was using that USB mic in my last video, so now I've upgraded it, got a little bit higher quality sound. I got my soundproofer here that I'm going to do a video on separately, but I also have that, you can see it right there, the Scarlett Solo microphone that came in the Focusrite Scarlett Studio bundle, which I did an unboxing on my YouTube page. You can check that out. It's very affordable, very low price. But anyways, let me get in to this mixing and mastering for you guys, okay? All right, so you're gonna hear this verse completely raw, okay? No effects, nothing.
The family that said I don't twist up my fingers will recognize real and you look like a stranger. Shout out to Kurt, I be working the angles. Niggas know, got the game in the figure four. Trying to ride the wave, you need a bigger boat. Trying to claim original, you been a clone. If these niggas want beef, homie, then it's on. 10 niggas challenged it, I'm 10-0.
If you can hear, it actually doesn't sound too bad because I've already have my EQs done actually. But other than that, there's no effects, no compression, completely raw verse, as you can see. So I'm going to go walk through a step-by-step for you GarageBand users on how to get some higher quality sound on your mixes. First off, you want to go over here, check out everything. You want to go to voice, okay? Now, I don't know what you use, but I use compressed vocal every single time. You can see my full screen here. This is what it'll give you automatically on your add-ons when you do a compressed vocal. And let's hear it by what, you know, the automatic add-ons and EQs that it throws on there for you.
The family that said I don't twist up my fingers will recognize real and you look like a stranger. Shout out to Kurt, I be working the angles. Niggas know, got the game in the figure four. Trying to ride the wave, you need a bigger boat. Trying to claim original, you been a clone. If these niggas want beef, homie.
Here it is. Sounds very compressed and kind of rumbly, a little low and low. I mean deep as in low. I have a really deep voice as it is, and compressed it does add a little lower. So what I do here on your EQ right here, you want to go ahead and turn that down some. First thing I do every single time is mess with my EQs. Turn that down. Turn down my mid. Turn up the frequency a little bit, okay? And also, let's get some low cut to cut into that rumble. If you have rumbling when you record, if it sounds really rumbly, low cut is your best friend. All right, I usually go about right here to the first notch. Now let's listen to it again. I haven't done any effects, just my first EQ.
The family that said I don't twist up my fingers will recognize real and you look like a stranger. Shout out to Kurt, I be working the angles. Niggas know, got the game in the figure four. Trying to ride the wave, you need a bigger boat. Trying to claim original, you been a clone. If these niggas want beef, homie, then it's on. 10 niggas challenged it, I'm 10-0.
A lot better already, sounding a lot better, and that's just how, that's my preset that I use. And to remember which one I use, I actually screenshot it I screenshot it once, actually not every time, but I screenshot it and I look at that screenshot every time to make sure I'm doing it the same way. And obviously if you're doing a song that requires different type of flow or different feel, you might adjust it a little bit, but that's right here for my EQs. This is my pretty much my go-to for mine and everyone else's, and I actually turn the automatic reverb off. Okay, I turn the automatic reverb off and I turn the ambiance off because I don't like that echoing. It just sounds really low quality.
Shout out to Kurt, I be working the angles. So niggas know, got the game in the figure four. Trying to ride the wave, you need a bigger boat. Trying to claim original, you been a clone.
All right, but anyways, let's get into these things that I use right here, guys. All right, so it's going to give you some automatic ones on your compressed vocal. All right. First thing you want, this EQ is this right here, so you don't need to touch that again. But you see there's 2 channel EQs, so it also gives you 2. Go to the second one, okay? Once you go to that second EQ, it's going to pull up something like this. And this is your channel EQ mixer right here. You can do a lot of things with this, but it also gives you some presets that make things very easy for you. Just like on the other side, you want to go to voice. Once you go to voice, there's a few to choose from. For male vocals, I only use 2 different ones. And that's pop vocal and soften lead vocals for lead vocals. That's the only 2 that I use. And even with those, I edit them some. But the main one I use for pretty much everyone is pop vocal. Okay, and this is how it's going to give you. Now let's play this pop vocal.
Clone. If these niggas want beef, homie, then it's on. 10 niggas challenged it, I'm 10-0. Sucking down on the air, get you hog-tied. My niggas stay with the bricks, Bill Cartwright.
Sounding a lot better already. But what I do is, once again, I have a really deep voice. So let's take that low end down. Let's take that down. And on this one here, I drag it to the 2K mark, about to the 3rd notch. And I take this one to the 100 mark and drag it about to the 1st one. I know y'all are tired of hearing this verse, but let's do it one more time.
The quitting Miller, but I'm parked on the dark side, and life was passing me by like the far side. And in my city, it was something like Far Cry. Had to be home right before the park lights. There's nothing good happened right before dark ride, cause when it's lights out, guns don't spark ride.
All right, you see that crispy sound already? I haven't even put any presets on it at all. Just changed my EQs. EQs are so important in getting a great mix, okay? But now let's go into the specifics. All right. So now that your EQs are done, you've done both EQs. This is the first one and that's the second one. Let's go to your compressor. They put 2 on here, which is why it sounds so muffled sometimes. Take one off. You do not need 2. Go to your compressor. It's going to bring up this thing right here. Like everything on GarageBand, they make it so easy for you. They have a lot of different presets. And so let's go right here. And you go to voice like everything else. Now, on a rap song, I'm going to either use rap or studio vocals. If somebody has a really loud recording, which a lot of people do sometimes, some people just scream. I'm not very loud when I record, as you can see. The levels are pretty low, so I'm not very loud when I record, so I can use studio, but most of the time I use rap, and sometimes I will use vocal first. That's for the loud recorders, that vocal first. But let's do to the one I mainly use for a rap track, which is rap vocal, and it's going to give you your presets, your threshold. I play with it a little. Sometimes I keep the threshold at 24.5, but sometimes I'll turn it down a little.
Shout out to Kurt, I'll be working the angles. Niggas know, got the game in the thick of foe. Trying to ride the wave, you need a bigger boat. Trying to claim original.
See, that threshold is basically the squeeze on that compressor. How compressor is going to be for the most part. And I'll let you hear the difference and basically hear what I'm saying really quick.
You know you been a clone. If these niggas want beef, homie, then it's on. 10 niggas challenged it, I'm 10-0. Sucking down on the air, get you hog-tied. My niggas stay with the bricks, Bill Cartwright. The quitting Miller, but I'm parked on the dark side. And life was passing me by like the far side. And in my city, it was something
That's
like
what that threshold
Had to
does.
be home right before the park lights.
Very compressed.
Right before dark ride.
Let's go back to 22.
Tis the season to be lit.
I know this sounds really weird with no beat. I promise it's a great song, y'all. Back to 22. Now, once again, my voice is deep and it comes out bassy sometimes, so I want a little more attack on there. I turn up to about 18. And depending on the song, you can turn up your gain. Obviously, gain is what's going to make it louder or softer. All right, so that's the compressor that I use. Now, this blank line right here, I turned that automatic reverb off because on this blank one, I add my own reverb. And there's multiple ones you can use, but I use either Space Designer or Platinum. And this Platinum, it comes with presets too, but I don't really like very many of them. So I keep this pretty much how it is, but it's a little spacey like this, so I turn the wetness down. I'll let you hear what I mean.
Angles will recognize real and you look like a stranger. Shout out to Kurt, I'll be working the angles. Niggas know, got the game in the thick of foe. Trying to ride the wave, you need a bigger boat. Trying to claim original.
Once again, deep voice people like me. We love that. We need that high cut. So I turn that high cut up to about 8,600. In this reverb time, you hear that really spacey sound and that really lagging reverb. I don't like that as much on a song where I'm actually spitting lyrics that I want people to really, really listen to. So I turn that down to about 1 or somewhere around there. And on the dry, Turn that to about 85 or less. Anywhere from 75 to 80 will work depending on where you have your wet going.
Know you been a clone. If these niggas want beef, homie, then it's on. 10 niggas challenged it. I'm 10-0.
Sounding better already. We got the reverb, we got the compressor, and we got our EQs done. Now this right here, guys, pay attention to this. This is the most complicated part to doing the good mix. And I used to not use this thing, but the difference in the quality of my mixes ever since I've started using the pedal board has been crazy. And it already comes with the pedal board on. You just have to modify a few things. Once you click that middle part, it's going to bring up all your pedal boards that it already has on. And you see it has a lot of stuff on here. This is not even all the things. And it has all this. So there's some things that I go ahead and take off right off the bat, which is this mixer that's way over to the right that you don't see, and also the distortion. And now that I've taken off those two, let's see how our sound is.
Shout out to Kurt, I be working the angles.
I didn't take out my distortion.
Got the game in the thick of foe. Trying to ride the wave, you need a bigger boat. Trying to claim original, you been a clone. If these niggas want...
Sounding really good already, and I haven't even finished. But all right. So, starting one by one, let me show you what I do with these. On the splitter, I turn my frequency up a little bit. Once again, I'm a really deep voice guy. I don't want it to sound mumbly. And on the squash compressor, this is very important. I go 38 on the one that's fast. All right, sorry guys, had some technical difficulties, but like I said, I keep this one around 38. And I move this over to about 3. Now with this sustain, I'm gonna move it over just above the red line, 32, 33, anywhere between there. And this goes to 5. Now let's hear.
On beef, homie, then it's on. 10 niggas challenged it. I'm 10-0. Tucking down on the air, get you hog tied. My niggas stay with the... But I'm parked on the dark side, and life was passing me by like the far side. And in my city, it was something like Far Cry. Had to be home right before the part.
Like, do you hear how much better that sounds? Like, the difference is crazy, and I haven't even completely finished. But the difference is crazy. All right, so let's recap. We went over the first EQ, which was here. We did the second EQ, and we changed that to pop vocal up here. Went to voice, and we changed it to pop vocal. Then we made our adjustments with the mid frequencies and the mid and the low. We actually turned the low down as well. And now we have a lot better sound, but now I'm gonna let you hear with the beat on. Since I put all those compression on there, you're gonna see that the vocals are a little low, so I'll show you how to turn those up without damaging your sound and clipping. I'll turn it on with the beat and let you hear what I mean. See how the beat's overpowering that. Let me show you how to turn that up without clipping. So that second EQ that we worked, that we turned to pop vocal, I'm actually gonna click that again. And this right here, this is volume actually. You can just turn it up without ruining your sound.
The family just said I don't twist up my fingers, will recognize real and you look like a stranger. Shout out to Kurt, I be working the angles. Niggas know, got the game in the thick of foe. Trying to ride the wave, you need a bigger boat. Trying to claim original, you been a clone. If these niggas want beef, homie, then it's on. 10 niggas challenged it, I'm 10-0. Tucking down on the air, get you hog tied. My niggas stay with the bitch, Bill Cartwright. The quitting Miller, but I'm parked.
See how much better that sounds than where we started, man? The difference is really crazy, and that's all it is to it, honestly. Like, without even mixing that, I could put that out and that would sound good. Like, that was just straight effects. That's no mix, just straight effects. And how to mix, you pull up your automation line. You see you can turn that, and you can turn your levels down. You can take your high points and pull them down and do whatever you want to kind of on the mix. But with my voice, it's kind of smooth, and I'm an experienced recorder, so occasionally I won't even ever have to mix, like do a full mix or a full, I don't say mix because I am mixing, but I won't have to do a full automation on mine because my vocals are already smooth. But yeah, man, that's pretty much it. Just remember all of those, and if you don't remember them, you can always rewind this video and watch it again. Any questions or anything like that, be sure to get at me, man, all right? All right, y'all. Once again, I really appreciate you checking out this video, and I hope you took away some great tips from it, man, because this can increase your sound tenfold, I promise. And if you still can't get that sound that you want, you can actually hit me up, man. I'll be able to answer some questions for you down below in the comments. And actually, I have a mixing service, and I'll leave the link to my mixing service below if you would rather just have me mix your track for you. You know, you can put in your requests, send me your beats, send me your raw lyrics. I'll get it back to you. If it's one song, I'll probably have it back to you in a day or two. If it's an EP up to 5 songs, I can have it back to you within 3 to 5 days. If it's a full album, it's going to take more around 8 to 10 days, but man, I can get it back to you as promised, and get you some high quality sound like you just heard. But anyways, my name is Paul. Appreciate y'all watching this video. Leave your emails, your comments, your questions, anything like that down in the comments, man. Have a good one. What's going on, man? It's your boy Epo. I hope you had a blessed Christmas and a happy new year. 'Tis the season to accomplish everything you set out to do. Follow me on all social medias at Eddie, aka EPO. Let's get it. 'Tis the season to be lit. 'Cause you won't ever get the lit, it's life again. And one day I rid my life for all the sin. But for now my cup is filled up with that gin. 'Tis the season to be lit.